to Hit Parody 101 on Porn Stash Button Job. Sit back and prepare yourself for the full spectrum of audio fine color, gliding across the Ethernet and landing squarely on your cerebral cortex. Brought to you by co-host Willie Blossom and the Sultan of 16 Minutes, David Fletcher.
All right, man. What's up? How you doing, Will?
Pretty good. How you doing, David?
Pretty good, man. Life been treating you all right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
It was until, we discussed what we're going to do.
I know, man.
How pissed off I am.
You're a little hot under the collar for this time, huh?
Oh, I think I'm going to go smack a fat guy.
You know what? Why don't you just go ahead and get the rundown of what's going on, because I'm pissed off too about it, you know what I mean? I'm not quite as passionate as you are, but I'm upset too.
You didn't really know about it until I just went.
No, man, I'm glad you did.
You know Eddie Trunk.
Yeah, I know that fat sack of shit.
Fat Eddie, he lost some weight.
Fat
He
Eddie.
looks like a Shar-Pei.
Yeah.
So, the rundown of what's going on here is I was looking through YouTube, Eddie Trunk podcast, because I used to watch the metal show all the time. And I loved the metal show, loved everything that Eddie represents, because he does fly the flag high for metal. And he's always talking about people being passionate. So I'm watching his, I'm going through YouTube. It's actually an audio clip of his podcast, which I was a big fan of. I'm not so much now. I'm going to boycott it. Probably never listen to it again unless I need something to bitch about. And we'll start the clips out. I did let you hear a little bit of it. What do you think before we get started?
I think this is fucking bullshit, and he's showing everyone how much of a pompous asshole he is. You know what I mean? I got clued up from some other things that I've heard from him earlier, so I kind of get that he is he just thinks he's a lot cooler than what he really is, honestly. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because
little guys like us, which we're just trying to do something here and fly our flag for whatever it is we're passionate about.
Yeah, and you know what? He has a venue to, if he would get his head out of his ass, he could really do some good stuff. But he's not hungry. He's fucking. Yeah. He thinks it's over with for him. He doesn't have to try anymore, and that's too bad because.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This could really take off with podcasting and all that, you know what I mean? I mean, not that it's not popular, but it could get a lot better. Yeah. And just to give you a little bit of background, this is a podcast that Eddie Trunk was doing. I can't remember the name of the podcast, the actual show.
I think it's called Eddie Trunk Live.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. Yeah, and he's got Dave the Snake Sabo from Skid Row on as his guest. Mm-hmm. And wait, I mean, Sabo. I'll let you guys can hear it and kind of form your own opinion, but I don't know that he kind of gets a little bit embarrassed with it, you think?
I think so.
And he doesn't feel the same way as Eddie Trunk, but he's just kind of going with him to keep the interview smooth.
That's kind of what I think. I think he's not wanting to call Eddie out on it, but at the same time, he's not wanting to put the small guy down.
Yeah.
Because Skid Row ain't that big right now either.
I think a lot of the bands will appreciate how hard you got to work to break out into a medium and get noticed and be successful, you know what I mean? And I think Eddie's kind of lost sight of that a little bit.
Yeah, he has.
Just to show you guys what we're talking about, let's go ahead and let's get right in it.
Yeah. Warning, you might get pissed off.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a small podcast.
Yeah. Put any glasses down and
just get your boxing
ball.
Well, and I'll tell you what, we're going to grab calls from you guys in 1 second at 866-315-2663. Snake from Skid Row is here. It's Eddie Trunk. We're live until 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, so we're just getting started here. That ties in, too, by the way, with media. Yeah. Because technology has completely diluted media. Where it was back in the day, if you handed somebody a CD or an album or a cassette, a produced cassette, it immediately meant that you had accomplished something to get to that point. As you just said, technology you don't need to do, anybody can do that. Well, guess what? Now because of media, everybody can say they're in the media because they've got a Twitter feed, they've got a Facebook. When I look at,
what do you think about that, Damon?
It seems to me like
everyone can say they're in the media.
Yeah, but that's not about that. It means there's a lot of talent out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's a little more competitive, but maybe he's a little bit scared that there's some competition coming up and he's not so special now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It seems like he's trying a little bit about that.
Well, see, that's what I don't understand, because he is still the biggest name out there. What as a little guy like us, such as us, what are we going to threaten his career anymore?
Well, why fucking start picking on people
now?
Yeah, why pick on somebody in the first place like that? You know what I mean? Why fuck with say it? Even
Nobody's
say it.
Threatening his
why even
career.
say it if he's so great? Why even mention it?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't get it. I think he's insecure about it or something.
The tip of the iceberg.
Is it me, or he said it like it was a negative thing, and I don't think it is. I think it's a positive thing.
Yeah. We all have a voice now.
Yeah, I'm
fuck you, Eddie.
Yeah, fuck you, Eddie.
Tip of the iceberg.
I'm not afraid of I'm not afraid of competition because I'm a man, Eddie. Yeah.
Let's hear what Fat Boy's got to say.
Dick.
Bless them, and I don't, nothing to do with them. But when you look at, I laugh when I look at some of the things, because everybody loves Blabbermouth. I do too, and I read it, and I read all the news they post up there.
I actually don't, but go ahead.
Okay, well, you probably you have reasons, I'm sure, but
TMZ is more entertaining to me.
but it's the TMZ of music, basically.
I get
But
it.
it's not. I don't find it to be gossipy. I just find that they pull the one thing that's going to get attention and use that as the headline.
I understand it.
But they don't. The interesting thing about them is that they don't create anything.
Okay. Well, that's funny. They don't create anything. But let's just keep in mind what he just said there, audience. I just want you to keep that in mind. Go ahead and let's hear some more of it.
Alrighty.
They only take and repost, and it's the same thing that I do with the news on my website. The difference is I shouldn't say Dana Rosen does it, who does a great job in it.
So that's pretty much he's saying that he does the same thing they do by reposting on the website, huh?
Yes, you fat piece of shit, Eddie. You just contradicted yourself within one paragraph.
And then he's saying that what they don't.
Matt Damon, hold me back!
Porch stash?
Oh, I'm gonna be.
Might need your ass out here. Take it easy in there, Flotty.
No, he did.
Right.
He contradicted it. Did you catch that?
Yeah, but he's saying they don't. They don't create. But what are they just reporting news, right?
Yeah, they're just reporting
news. That's just like a TMZ, like a website.
Yes.
So they created a website.
Yes.
So they did create something. So fuck off.
Yeah, they did. So let's hear what else we got.
Okay.
I take the stuff that's relevant to my audience. So in other words, I'm not going to post death metal stuff because
So
where else would you pull news from other than news? I mean, I don't understand what his point is. I really don't. But that ain't what got me so upset. What do you think about just any of that so far?
No, I think he's just trying to trash people, man. He's got a fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean, so far none of it has any point.
No, it's just random. It's just like he just wants to badmouth somebody. I don't even know why.
We're not doing that metal show where we got to entertain people. We're trying to give news right now. So if we pulled news from news.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's what you do.
That's what people do. That's
what you do.
Associated Press wire. It's new. They're putting something that's going to grab headlines because they want to sell the product.
Hearing this makes me wonder how he got as far as he did.
I don't know, because that doesn't make any sense. Of course they're going to report shit that's relevant in the news because they want to sell their show.
Yeah, exactly. We're not even to it yet, so let's
and that's not even half of it. You're right. Here we go. Back at it.
My audience is really not that. I post the stuff, the rock and metal stuff my audience would care about, right?
Right.
And we don't write any of that. It comes from press releases. It comes from other sites. It comes from Blabbermouth. It comes from Classic Rock. It comes from Rolling Stone. Delivery service. And we all...
Right there, he just said.
Yeah.
He doesn't write any of that. So what do they create?
The second contradiction that he said.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and how many times is he going to say I?
Did you say we're going to start
we're going to start a drinking game. Yeah, we're about to get fucked up, dude.
Get more fucked up than quarters.
Anytime you use a personal pronoun, dude.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm going to go beat a fat person.
That just is a display of his fucking arrogance and fucking,
yes,
you know what I mean? His shitty pompous attitude. Alright, let's piss ourselves off some more.
Always credit where it comes from.
Sure.
Always with the link, right? But my point about that, whether you like what they do or not, is that I laugh at some of the credited sources.
Shot.
It's not... And what I say is like, these people are talking to these, like, who is this? Like,
it's like Bob's Meat Popsicle.org.
Yeah, like, exactly. It's like Jimmy's Basement Rock Show in Idaho reported this week. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, and I understand saying.
So it could have been Debugged 101 reported.
Could have been Debugged 101, or it could have been our friends over at TNJ Rock and Metal Talk. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That he's and that's not to mention the countless others that you guys see right here on this site and various other aspects of social media.
That's my biggest bitch of the whole thing. Is that, for one, we're not Eddie Trunk and the Metal Show. We are small time, but we would like to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But even if we're not, we're still passionate about our music. That's exactly what he tells people, that people need to be passionate about the whatever genre of music they're in. So fuck you, Eddie.
Yeah.
What is your point?
To help promote it. Well, another thing is smaller shows like us are helping launch smaller bands. You know what I mean? All these big name bands came from somewhere. You know what I mean? They started off in garages and whatnot. Yeah. And they got little small media publications like us and other various magazines to come and talk to them and interview them to spread out, to advertise them, kind of, I guess. Yeah. And then they launch into bigger and bigger things, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if they got good stuff or not.
Yeah, he says he understands that one, or that he understands.
Well, he does, but then why are you kicking someone?
He doesn't.
No, he's just bashing the smaller guy, and that's what's got our fucking panties in a fucking bunch over here, man.
Yeah, well, I'm going to beat up every fat person I see.
Yeah, fucking fuck you, Eddie, you fucking dick.
All right, let's hear what else.
Let's get pissed off some more, man. I'm just getting more and more fired up.
It's to start somewhere, but it used to be that it was a credible thing.
I know.
Now, it'll come from anywhere. It's crazy.
I mean, you know what? I'll talk to anybody, obviously, by me being here.
Thanks, man.
Like, we'll get our list of interviews for today. And sometimes it's, God bless everybody out there, man, because I love that people, they want to work, they want to do things. Right. I get it. But it's just, you're right, man. Bob.
Jimmy's Flip Cam.
Yes.
Jimmy's Flip Cam on a blog that had 3 people look at it. And I understand, like you said, I try to start somewhere too, but my point is, again, there's nobody weeding that out. And
so I guess what?
If you don't, and whether something's true or not matters on how many people listen to.
Right. So if you're not Eddie Trunk and got a vast, and I'm sure he's not even that huge as a radio person, anyways.
No, he's
then you don't have the right to report. You don't have the right to report anything that could be related to music news or whatever.
In other words, if we had John Bon Jovi or I don't know anybody, say Vinny Abbott of Dimebag's brother, say we had him in here and he gives us the scoop, and I don't know, maybe 10 people view it on YouTube. Because 10 people only viewed it, it's not true.
Right. Well, whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's still has no relevance to what your point is.
No shit.
I don't even know what his point is.
I'm friends with Eddie Van Halen, so fuck you. Wait till I have him on the show.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, what if that was true, though?
You can't get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what if that was true?
Mm-hmm. So,
fucking asshole. Or maybe Doc McGee. You know what I mean? I'll have him on.
Yeah. There you go.
Now there's a lot of publicists will stack those people on because they just want to show you a list as you, the artist, Snake, and look at all these interviews I got for you, and then you look a little closer, it's like, is any of it impactful? Does anybody listen to it, read it, watch it? No.
There you go.
Are you impactful? Are you relevant? No. This argument is not relevant. No,
is your podcast relevant? Well, apparently not if you don't have more than 100,000 views or whatever.
Yeah, because why would small guys us want to listen to his fucking bullshit if we're insignificant?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like he's the only person who has the right to report on anything.
Fuck
and interview people. You know
I've been serious about it. I was a big fan of his, but I see the true Eddie right there coming out. And I think that you let me hear a clip earlier of him... Doc McGee, I don't know if you listeners know who he is. I'll just fill you in who he is a little bit. He's the manager of back in the day. He managed Motley Crue. He managed Kiss. I think he manages Down now. He's the current manager of Kiss, which everybody knows. Right. Eddie Trunk has a beef with Paul Stanley. No, everybody don't know that because everybody don't know you, Eddie.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Doc McGee is a legendary manager. So... Can you pull that clip up?
Yeah.
There, Damon. This is funny. This is really funny.
Stash, get that for us, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, let Stash do it.
Yeah, that's his job.
Yeah.
We're not
do your fucking job, Stash.
He's obviously not spending his money on razors.
He's trying to like Ron Jeremy.
Here you go, boys.
And we'll take your calls about anything you might want to talk about. But one of the guests that I was really excited about having on today in the studio with me, and I only literally found out minutes ago, will not be joining me anymore, is legendary rock manager Doc McGee. Now, I don't know Doc McGee all that well. I've met him a couple times. I know some people in his office over the decades of working in the music business.
You don't know him very well.
I know some people who work working with him, and I know, we have many mutual friends. So over the years, the times I've seen Doc have always been very cordial. And I don't know him well enough to tell you.
Take another shot. I don't have liver cirrhosis. My time is over with. In the next 5-10 minutes. This guy's unbelievable.
A good hour and a half with him today.
Like he's the only
get to know
industry voice.
God
damn, man.
And talk about
show fucked him up.
All of the artists that he has managed, and there are many, from Bon Jovi to Scorpions to Skid Row to Kiss. Did I mention he manages Kiss currently? To Kiss?
Yes, you did.
He also has he has Down, which my good friend Snake Sabo manages out of his office.
Well, he manages Doc McGee or Snake,
right? I mean, he manages Darius' solo career. Does he also manage? No, just Hootie.
Who cares about Hootie?
You're gonna go through everybody's ever managed. Come on, man. I think he was upset the guy didn't show things such as did.
I know he's currently Vintage Trouble, Down, Kiss.
Hold on, let's
hear it. Kiss? Yeah, Kiss.
Yeah, you mentioned him 4 times now.
He had Scorpions, he had Bon Jovi at their height.
The emphasis on Kiss is that's who his problems with.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy whose profession is to talk on the radio or podcast, he's not doing a very good job of getting to the points.
Doc was a guest on that podcast, and I listened to that episode, and I found it very entertaining. Okay. And I would have loved to have dove into some of those stories and many, many more
in his
career. But unexpectedly, he canceled literally minutes ago on a show that we had booked him on, and that we cleared a great amount of time, and also told a number of artists that we were unavailable to.
Stash, pause that for just a second right there, but please.
We were committed to having Doc.
So, he's basically, guys, what's going on is he's going to sit there and cry his eyes out, almost wasting a whole show on this guy not showing up.
He did waste a whole show.
Yeah, like, how dare Doc not,
25 minutes, his ring.
Yeah, how dare Doc not show up? And he's saying Doc canceled last minute, and probably because he had an emergency that he had to go to. How dare you put yourself over one of his family members could be hurt or sick or something?
See, that's what told me it wasn't minutes ago. Because Eddie Trunk is smart. And he had already known probably what's going on. Don't throw the minutes in there because you already know. You already been on the phone, and that tells us that you're lying. He already knew, or he wouldn't have put himself out there like that. He knew that something had happened. He tried to make Doc look like a dick, saying he'd done it minutes before, but all he did is showed us that he's a liar.
Yeah, he's a liar and a fucking big fat crybaby, as far as I'm concerned, dude.
Yes.
Do you want to hear some more of that?
Yeah, just a little bit.
We'll put some more in there. Speed it up a little bit if you can, so we can get some more of the juicy parts of him crying. Please, Stash. No problem. Today be good, Stash. Hang on there, Fletcher.
They told him that he was coming to do an interview on Sirius XM, not an interview with Satan himself.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's
cool. Nobody told him.
What's the opposite of Satan? God.
Nobody told him
he's
that.
Pretty much saying
he
he's God.
Was going to sit with the devil on Halloween.
Delusional.
And when he found that out,
get over yourself.
I'm certain that a one Mr. Stanley, who I on social media that Doc's going to be in. I'm sure.
Yeah, I've heard enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's the point.
He's pretty much saying Paul Stanley. You know what I mean.
This guy that gets massive pussy.
Yeah. Is worried about you. You know what I mean?
Let's cancel the Kiss tour.
Yeah.
Our manager couldn't do Eddie Trunk.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude.
They sell. Every place they sold out, pretty much, they play is sold out, but they probably won't sell any tickets to their upcoming shows.
Because Eddie Trunk.
Their manager.
I'll tell you what, Doc's never going to go in there now, for sure.
Oh,
and if he didn't have a problem with Paul Stanley before, he does now, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's stupid, dude. He probably sabotaged his own show. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot. I know that I'm not a fan anymore.
No, I'm done too.
I want something to bitch about it pulled up, but that's about it.
Because I know he totally has no respect for me, so I shall respect him.
Yeah.
So let's shift this into a new gear. Let's get ourselves more positive, and let's go to my favorite section of the show, What chick, what ride?
Oh, that's a good one.
What you gonna go with, Flotty?
Well, I think what's the scenario?
Scenario. Yeah, we're going to. You're gonna go to a taping of That's Metal Show. You're going to the studio and you're gonna be the live audience of That's Metal Show. What chick? What ride, brother?
Well, there was this chick that I went out with one time. It's not even going to be a celebrity because I'll tell you the reason why. I went out with this chick one time out of sympathy. I just had met her over the phone, and she had one of those pictures up on the Facebook that was, misrepresentative of what she looked like now. And I picked her up. She was about 300 pounds. Well, I would go ahead and take her to that metal show in a fucking Pinto, and I would get her there and try to pawn her off on another fat person, Eddie. That's why I would do it. I'd be like, here, Eddie, here's your new date.
I like it. I like it. And
piece of shit.
I'm going to do something pretty similar, man. I'm going to find me a good-looking hooker will be the chick, a nice-looking one, and, he ain't going to turn down some ass. I'll probably have to pay her quite a bit, though. I'll probably have to take out a loan. And I'm going to make sure she has, like, syphilis or gonorrhea or something.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean?
Great.
Yeah. And then I'm taking
awesome.
And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tank. I'm going to have a tank. So after he gets his Vanilla Z's and as soon as he leaves, I'm going to blow up the studio.
That right there would be the best.
Yeah.
Eddie Trump, you done pissed off the wrong people. You pissed off Damon Fletcher and Willie Flotsam. Remember that, bitch.
Yeah.
What shit?
Bitch. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to thank Mr. Porn Stash Mutt Shop for all his help working the clips and everything in the booth, buddy. Great job.
He's great.
We need to get him like some beeswax for his mustache and a little comb or something.
There you go.
All right.
Fingers.
All right, man. Well, till we meet again, man, Mr. Flotsam. Have a good one, brother.
Yeah, I will, bud. You too. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Porn Stash, reel them in.
Tune in next week when Willie Flotsam and Damon Fletcher go to the moon to find some moon cheese.